What's good, my people, to the massive out and large all over the place, guys? Big up yourself one time. We are back with another reaction here on this here Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Of course, this is where I tend to react to a number of videos. So a hand clap goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned in to yet another reaction right there again, guys, on this here Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Of course, this one is dealing with Dominica and Antigua and you know, and Choksi and you know, but this one I was actually speaking in one of the news agencies in India called Times Now. This is one of my teams that I've been working with when it comes down to the story. And although he's not, by the way, this is when he was in Cabrits. This is him sitting down in front of Cabrits. If you go Cabrits, you'll see these chairs and this thing right there. This is him sitting down in Cabrits. And then you know the story, what I stated before already. Anyways, guys, with that said, he's in Antigua right now, and of course, this is what I have to say to ANI. I think this is Antigua News, something, I don't know, but Antigua picked up the story. Of course, they put a gag order on Dominica lawyers, but the lawyers have been speaking about the whole thing. The Antiguan lawyers have been speaking about the whole situation involving this thing right there. But anyways, guys, with that said, this is what Choksi had to say. I'm back home, but this torture has left permanent scars on my psychology. I person didn't write that properly. Permanent scars on my psychology and physical state rather than permanent scars on my soul, rather than just, okay. So pretty much I understand in the person who read this is rather interesting. I'm back home, but this torture has left permanent scars on my physical and psychological being rather than just permanent scars on my soul. I couldn't imagine, after closing all my businesses, seized all my properties, kidnapping attempts would have been made on me by Indian agencies. I guess he's talking about them closing his businesses and seizing his properties in India. It seems like the Indian officials then want to, or the Indian agency is then attempting to kidnap him from Antigua, bring him to Dominica, and that is what he stated right there, guys. And of course, he made these statements to ANI. He also spoke to one of the Indian agencies, I think, wire agency here in India. So that's what Choksi had to say in this regard right there. So it's rather interesting how this thing is going to unfold. A number of persons have been saying he's not going to be coming back. A number of persons have been saying yes, he's coming back to sue Dominica. But really and truly, based off the law, the arrangements, his bail arrangements, he has to come back to then face trial for illegal entry and this kind of something there. And then I guess afterwards he will continue along that path to see what he has to go through. I think most likely he's going to be suing. I had to make an important announcement. I actually made it on WhatsApp yesterday. The bodyguard, so to speak, or the individual who has been taking care of, he's been pushing Choksi around. He was with the brother. He stated to me yesterday that, and he told me to tell the people out there. I had to do a live with one of the Indian medias on that very same situation, and he told me to tell these individuals out there that these guys have been putting out lies. That's one of the things I noticed with the Indian agencies. They have been putting out propaganda from the news. There's even a picture, well, 2 videos of the guy walking 2 seconds, and they're saying he has been loitering around the hospital. So they've been saying a number of things. Anyways, this guy told me that when they go, well, I think he's planning to go and sue these individuals out there. So I guess we'll see what happening as a result of this thing. They say he said he came down to help these individuals as a request from the brother to help this individual, Choksi. And these Indian people are making all kind of wet statements and foolishness, false and lies about him. I actually have it in the video where he was talking to me on that thing, but I won't be posting that stuff up. Anyways, guys, this is what we are actually here for today. This thing. Number of persons have been sending me this video. I haven't listened to the whole thing, I would have to say, but we're gonna listen and react to it right there. It seems like people are quite taken aback. I've also heard that the police, a number of police, actually went for him. What? Anyways, let's see what is being said right there. Let me make sure my volume is up. All right, boom, bam.
I've said it before and I'm saying it again. This denial of the citizenry to justice in Dominica through the institutions set up to bring justice to the citizenry.
Oh yeah.
will result in the citizenry taking their justice.
Yep.
They will take their justice.
Of course. When justice is not served, when proper justice is not served as a result of trying to protect the government or protecting certain individuals, what do you think will happen when the people have realized that justice is not being served? What do you think is going to happen, guys? Do you think the people will just stay there and say, oh my, they'll treat me, no, let me just let me just stay there and just do nothing? People will end up, when the people end up being fed up, when you back people up towards the wall, there's an indication of that very situation. There's a scared dog. Now, if there's a scared dog that is backed up against the wall, and the scared dog realizes that there's nothing else for him to do, you know what the scared dog is going to do? It's going to start attacking the creature or the person or whoever is attacking it. It's going to start attacking because there's nowhere else for it to go but forward towards the attacker. So, if the people are fed up, guys, what do you think is going to happen, man? And it's not like people are saying, hey, we need to do... No, I'm not saying that people need to do these things. I'm just saying, if you constantly put the people on the edge, what do you think will happen, man? People will start taking the laws to their hands. And who's the fault or who's the result of this? I understand the police is also very corrupt as well. I'm not saying all of them are. I've just, from what I've seen, I can tell that something is going on inside there. The justice system, I'll talk about that sometime later on. But let's continue, guys.
They will gain their justice. They will decide and define their justice.
Yep.
When they do that, it will come in direct confrontation with the laws of Dominica and the people enforcing the law.
Yep. But it's rather interesting when you look at the whole scope of enforcing the law and keeping the law. The law, like according to the whole thing that he threw out there, Shuma, she threw out well, not really threw out, it's still in judicial review. But with the whole thing where there's acts being committed, you know, acts being committed against certain people, and then you find that the laws is protecting these guys from doing things. Seems like the law is protecting the police from doing certain things even though they are wrong. It also seems like the police are also trying to, you know, protect their brothers from the wrongs that they have been doing. But if you're protecting your brothers from the wrong that they are doing, that means they are also equally responsible for doing the same thing even though they have not done it. Because you're protecting the people who are doing wicked or being wicked in society. I was in the police department listening to individuals speak, and that is the sentiment right there. Sooner or later, people will start coming out and say, hey, what about you took my family's life in police custody. You took my family's life in police custody and that is going quiet. You came out and you decided to go and beat my family for saying, hey, what is happening with the police? And the police, I mean, he ended up passing away in police custody. What do you think the family will do? It's up for grabs, man.
It is in the view or the mind, maybe in the view and the mind of the chief of police, that he has sufficient police officers to suppress an angry people. He has sufficient firearms and ammunition to suppress an angry people. And therefore, the political directorate on Roosevelt Skerritt's side are seemingly dependent on that force.
Yep. Who else can he be dependent on? Who else? The police protecting these individuals. Well, let me leave that there.
I am warning. There aren't sufficient police officers and there aren't sufficient firearms or ammunition to suppress
the people.
Angry people if they rise when they feel that they have no recourse but to take action to bring justice to themselves, the citizenry of Dominica, and the nation state of Dominica.
The whole gist of the judicial system and for police is police to protect the people. When police is not protecting the people, they are against the people and protecting the very people that the people are supposed to be holding accountable to them because they are the ones who put them in positions. Then the problem will, boy, I tell you, boy, people doesn't think. People doesn't think. And sometimes the police believe that let's say you have to sue them or something, and the police believe, hey, it doesn't touch my salary. No, it does, guys. Because if there's less money in the treasury to actually help you do promotions or to even hire more police officials and this kind of things there, what do you think is going to happen to you? You won't get any promotions. Your burden of work will increase because there's not much money, because people are suing these people black, white, and center, up and all over the place. This is what's going to happen. So indirectly, directly it might not affect you, but indirectly it will. And that's what they don't seem to understand. When there's less money in the treasury, because people have to get paid, I think there's a particular situation when a few $100,000 have to be paid to an individual. They settle it outside when he could have gotten $1.4 million. So if that 1.4 have to leave the treasury, police, all you that caused that way for shooting him, all you that caused that way, boy. And when you try to get, hey, I need a little raise, I need a little something, no raise, no something comes to you. I mean, all you have to think, man.
I'm saying to the chief of police, now is the time to make an assessment
After all,
the political heat that is in Dominica. He must make an independent assessment as to how these degrees are rising on the political thermometer of Dominica. Don't allow it to get in the red merely because the red party is ruling.
it shouldn't be about party. This is why when people ask me if I'm a UWP, I tell people I'm not a UWP person. I'm not a Labour. I would never be a Labour person. I side more with the UWP now because of the different things that they're trying to do for the people. That's why I always tell people I'm a classical liberal. I'm not a liberal, you know. Born that. Never. There's a huge difference between being a classical liberal and a liberal. The liberals are out. These folks are crazy. Classic liberal is the understanding out of conservatism, so to speak. Still conservative, but within the realm of doing more things. And when you do more things, the people have to benefit. It's like having a market, and then you put resources in the market and let the people run with it. This is pretty much what classic liberalism, not liberalism, but classic liberal is. Where you put the resources, there's information and all these things, that let the people, and then the people are creative enough to then move forward. If the people are digressing as a result of the different steps that the government is taking, then the government needs to change, because the government is the one responsible for that. Look at the state of Dominica and the amount of businesses that have left. This is the reason why I told people I'm not UWP or Labour or why is the other one, Freedom or APPite or PAPIite or none of them, because this thing seems to be separating the people. If the people have to look at the people for the people's development, that is when the people realize, hey, guys, something is wrong with the people. It's not those that in power, so to speak, you know. Even the people at power, even the people at the top are keeping the people down. But the people must realize, hey guys, we have the power. Just like this whole Rona situation. They're telling people they have to mandatory take things and all kind of things for them to travel and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But with the understanding of that very same situation, you have to take into consideration, guys, hey, hold up. Let us come together and stop these people from doing something to us before it gets worse. No, but everybody seems to be by themselves, and that is one of the things that the government of Dominica is basically focusing on, dividing the people, constantly saying foolishness about who is ugly and who is pretty, who has this and who has that, who is jealous of this. Complete foolishness, man, that have no bearing on the economy whatsoever when we understand that the economy is going down. The economy is in negative, you know, and they're making a big whole lay about 2%. If 2% will happen, when there's a bulk of money outside there that they're taking for them to better their own selves, plus taking within the country itself to boost up themselves, and they feel like they import. Human beings are interesting. There's something I also understand about celebrities. A lot of people tend to look up to celebrities, not because they have a moral fabrication of understanding for betterment for everybody. I think Tupac was the one who also stated we should hold people accountable for the things that they say. But the celebrities, people tend to look up to celebrities because the celebrities have a set of money and they live a certain life. It has nothing to do with the individual, what individuals tend to see. So the same thing is in Dominica. where they see individuals who are taking their money from them to better themselves, and they see these folks as people who live better lives and feel like, hey, I can then go to these individuals to get a little money or something else, to stay quiet, to get a little favor. They call that the breadcrumb mentality. Instead of saying, hey, we are the ones who are the machines who create the bread for the people outside there to get bread, they say, no, let me stay and let me wait for the people them to get some bread, and we making the bread for them to get, for them to give us a little breadcrumbs, man. I don't think people understand it. Anyways, I go too far. Let's continue.
They are already danger. If you allow this thing to get into the red on the thermometer, he will not be able to control it before there is a descendance of chaos or ascendance of chaos in the country. Advise the Prime Minister that the directions that we are going in are not correct.
But he wouldn't care, because sometimes when the greed gets into your head, it corrupts the way you think. Just like money, sometimes if you don't watch yourself or you don't have good people around you, the more money you get, it can corrupt you to thinking that, hey, oh, this person has less than me, I can treat that person how I want. This person cannot afford this, but I can afford this. Hey, I can buy you this and you give me your loyalty. Human nature is an interesting thing, man. It's a very interesting thing, man. Anyways.
And leave him to take a decision, but make sure you have documentary evidence that you have so advised the Prime Minister. Now is the time to do that.
Well, I think last election was the time to do that. I think we are a bit late for this right now. I honestly think we are a bit late in the understanding of that $1.2 billion that have been still missing. Plus, we have been hearing about $2 billion now is missing. It seems like, where does it end now? So we have the 1.2 and then we hear about another 2 billion. Boy, I tell you, boy. But hey, I guess that's what the people want. My stint here is just to tell the people, hey guys, this is what is going on, and we need to be mindful of this. If you don't want to listen, then that's all your business. That's all your business. By making sure I tell all you, it'll be wicked of me for me to see what is going on as somebody who's a visual prowess, to see what is going on and stay quiet. But the next decision is up to the people, I think people need to wake up in their mind to understand, hey guys, we are the ones who have the power. Nobody else has the power. We give these individuals power, we give over our power. This is why it's very much mindful that we know who we are giving our power to. Not just because people give you a little money here and there for you to decide, hey, I want to give you my power because you give me a little money. And then that same money they give you have to go back into taxes as time goes by. 5 years? They give you $5,000 or $10,000 in taxes of the amount of things that you buy via VAT, 15%. What do you think this money is going back to, man? Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right there? Do you think that the people will rival up in Dominica if they are pushed too much against the stones? But then again, the government is kind of smart by giving the people little breadcrumbs. So they're hungry, but once I feed you with a little breadcrumbs, you will stay quiet. You will behave yourself. If you decide to act up, then no more bread come from. But I think people forget that we have enough fruits in Dominica to sustain the people. That's why a number of persons are leaving, That's why I tell people you can't go hungry in Dominica. There's a number of fruits all over seasons, all kind of seasons, all year round, man, in Dominica. So instead of getting the bread, my people, maybe you should start looking for the mangoes and the kennips and the oranges and the grapefruits out there, man. Maybe. So you'll stop depending on bread. And then maybe you'll just get back your power. Anyways, guys, with that said, let me know your thoughts, man. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. I just went a little, thing on that. But give this video a thumbs up, guys. I would appreciate that. Definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications to get more videos. More videos as they come through. I come in like I'm Drew William. Anyways, I have a speech impediment, man. Anyways, guys, with that said, I will see you guys in the next reaction video.